So get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard MyPillows, just $14.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sale because right now, every order ships absolutely free. I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My
It's Friday. Live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice Stitch Network, Channel 219, Pluto TV, Channel 240, 1175 on Samsung TV Plus. We're also on Roku TV on the Roku channel, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Select TV, Channel 106. Don't forget also to follow us on all of the social media, you know, on your phone or on your device or however you get your social media fix. Rumble, we're on Rumble. Join us in the Rumble chat with the Rumblers. YouTube, Facebook, Twix, that's Twitter X for those of you paying attention. Kick Getter, Instagram at LFS6B Show, and yeah, it's a Friday. As you can tell, Damon is out for tonight. Had something come up last minute, but he'll be fine, and we will see him on Monday. In the meantime, of course, Kevin Downey Jr., the famous Kevin Downey Jr., is joining us tonight, as well as Slick Rick, who's got Slick Rick Sports. Kicking it over to KDJ. KDJ, how are you? Welcome back to the program. I know it's been a week, but how you been?
It has been. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see both of you guys. Always a pleasure to be here on Pizza Friday. What?
Oh, my goodness.
So, man, you know, I can't tell you how refreshing it is to wake up and go, what did he do today? Can't wait. And every day is just a gift. Just a gift. Just think, a year ago at this time, there are people wondering, hey, I wonder if the FBI is going to kick in my door because I went to church on Sunday. And we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not revenge. Trump wants justice. Don't let your green-haired sister-in-law say, he's going for revenge. He's going for revenge. Kathy Hochul had a great line that she didn't write because she's not smart enough, where she said something about they want us to be roadkill on Trump's revenge tour. It's like, oh, that's pretty good. Has nothing to do with Trump, but you didn't write it because you're an idiot, Kathy Hochul. But I'm going to clown slap Kathy Hochul a little today because she deserves it.
All right, awesome. So as you can tell, Kevin is jacked up. He's ready to go. Yes. He's got a slice of pizza. I was housing 2 slices of pizza when this guy walked in. Well, you know what happened is, and usually, and Slick can verify this as well as Aaron and Fran, I'm usually getting here earlier on Fridays with the pizza so we have time to relax.
Right, exactly.
So we don't have to jack the pizza into our face and then jump on the air.
Exactly.
That didn't happen today.
Nope.
Somebody messed up my order, so I had to wait, and all of a sudden I rushed in with like 10 or 15 minutes to go, and we're just housing.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was awesome as usual. So hats off to the pizza guys at La Slice for hooking us up, and of course Slick Rick is here. Slick Rick has got sports. How you doing, Slick?
Well, plop plop fizz fizz. we got Alka-Seltzer.
You'll know what that relief is later.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. What's happening? A lot going on. We got the fallout from hockey, of course.
Oh,
big game last night. Very disappointing for us on this side of the world here, the United States. What a shame. And of course, Canada's out there. Trudeau. They couldn't take our country, and all of a sudden it became a political convention as well as a boxing match earlier on. So we've had a lot with that hockey, but we'll obviously talk about that. Also, the executive order with the Maine governor governor, and Trump, if the woman doesn't want to comply there, there's going to, right? So is it a female governor? Yeah. She doesn't want to comply with them, then that's it. No federal funding, and just as well. I know you have those clips as well.
Yeah.
And Charles Barkley, same thing. He says, you know what, Canada didn't want to be the 51st state, so of course he's come out and throw his hat in the ring as well, saying that that's why they were motivated to win.
Oh, okay.
I really don't think they were thinking about that.
No, I don't think so either. Especially as it goes to overtime,
Exactly.
and the Canadian goaltender was basically doing handstands and backflips trying to stop every shot. I mean, the USA came out firing.
They did.
For
Especially
the first
in the overtime.
First 5 minutes of that overtime, they were on it. It was, you know what, you got to tip your hat to him because he stopped a lot of shots that should have ended that game.
It was a great game. It really was.
Yeah, it really was.
It doesn't get any better than that. But unfortunately, those close games, like back in 2010 in Vancouver, when Crosby scored the goal in the Olympics, seems to go to the Canadian team. But hey, that's their sport. We've made a lot of headways though the last few years. I'll tell you that.
The fact that we're now basically on even keel, right?
Just about.
Basically,
just
on even
about.
keel. So
just about.
I'll go so far as to say Canadians, most of them aren't really full-on humans, and a lot of them are communists. And I want to rub it in, though, that I don't think a Canadian team has won a cup since, I want to say 1993. I'm going to check with Slick on that. How does that sound, Slick?
That sounds, you know what, they haven't won. You're right. Montreal hasn't won. Ottawa, Calgary, Edmonton. You might be right. It might be about 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll look that up on
Ouch.
the break.
All right.
But that sounds about right.
That's one way to rub it in.
Yeah.
Way to go, KDJ.
Yeah, I hope they enjoy their beaver tails that they're celebrating with as they...
Hey, if people want to find out where you are, how they can learn more about you, maybe stalk you, where can they find you?
I would start with the socials. Find me there, Kevin Downey Jr. on all of them, especially Twitter, at KDJ Radio Show. That's one of the different ones. And from there, you can find my radio show where I mock the Marxists and punish the pedos every Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 103.9 FM. But just go to linewsradio.com, linewsradio.com, and that's where you can find me. And PJ Media, I've got a couple of pieces up I put up today. You want to read those because the more you read, the more bourbon I get to buy. I get paid by clicks. So PJ Media. There you go.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we are live on LI News Radio right now.
We are right now,
So people who listen to your show maybe during the daytime hours are now popping it on, going, "Hey, wait, I know that dude."
I've gotten text messages. Slick will tell you. Oh, you know that when we get text messages at the show.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten a lot saying, "Hey, I like to listen to you guys on LI News." So we're crossing over our big crowds here.
Yeah, we're slowly growing the we're germinating. Is that a word?
That's a word. And KDJ, you are correct. The last Canadian team to win a Stanley Cup was in 1993, the Montreal Canadiens.
Wow. Was Patrick Waugh the goaltender?
Patrick Waugh, yeah, he was the goaltender then. Yep.
All right, very good. Hey, and I know, we've been doing it because we're on the show all week, but I know, Kevin, when you walked in, I asked you, how do you like the winning?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't go to bed wondering if I'm going to wake up in prison. And here's a fun thing about a good Trump day. You're going to wake up, and he will have sent a message maybe on True Social at like 11 that I didn't hear. And it's funny. And maybe he's just mocking Princess Trudeau, Castro, whatever her name is up there. I don't want to assume it's gender. And then there's something in the morning, around noon or something, comes out with more good news, maybe an executive order. 5, 6 o'clock, he's got another one where he's talking to, I think we're going to talk about the lady from Maine today.
Yes.
Oh, my God. What a clown slap. It was just amazing. I got to hear it again. Got to hear it again. Got to hear it again. And that's something I will say, as much as people complain about Twitter or X, whatever, folks, that is news now. All right? Twitter or X, that is my number one news source, other than this show and PJ Media, because they're not going to tell you the truth. That's all they have are lies on the left, and they're sticking with them. So, yeah, I wake up with a big smile going, what do we do today? Wow, look at that. He's mocking someone that I hate.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? We should just get to it and play it because it was a huge story.
Yeah.
I mean, it just blew up.
Now, can I ask you guys, had you heard this woman's name before this?
Never. I didn't even know they had a governor.
I didn't either.
No. Yeah.
And now she's famous. Don't tangle with Trump. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you idiots. But this is great.
Yeah. So, this happened earlier today. Or was it yesterday? I forget.
I think it was today.
It was earlier today.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the big 50,000 watt stations out of New York, and they're going to go, "You're not going to believe what Trump just said."
All
you
right.
know, the big radio tease.
Yeah. Well, so this happened earlier, and it's basically caught fire. There was a clash and it's Maine governor. Let me get her name here. Maine's Democratic governor. Well, that tells you a lot right there.
Yeah.
Maine's Democratic governor, Janet Mills. This is her, cut number 3, as she tells President Trump, no, they're not going to comply with federal law. Oh, okay. I guess now laws are just, I guess she learned it from the Biden administration. They're really optional for Democrats. Check this out, cut 3.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor, because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Come on.
There you
Good
go.
for him. Enough of these.
Oh.
You know what? They deserve that.
They do.
Yeah, just amazing. And this is the left. They think, oh, well, you know what? I'm smarter than him.
Yeah, I'll see you in court.
I'll see you in court,
lawyering up.
sir.
How do people not get the hint? He's what we call a ball buster. Every man from Queens is. Probably every man from the Eastern Seaboard knows how to do that. And they don't. And they line up for it. And they think they're being stoic. Look at me. I took on Trump. Yeah. Kathy Hochul's going to be next. Folks, she's a moron. She's a moron.
She really is.
Remember when she was taking a victory lap over how safe the subway was? And that day, 2 people had been stabbed. One died. One was stabbed in the eye. And a homeless woman was burned to death.
No, she wasn't homeless. She was a young woman.
Was she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought she was homeless.
She wasn't homeless.
Oh, geez.
She was burned to death by the homeless guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that happened on that day, and then she's giving a talk, and someone says, "What about the woman who set on fire?" And she's such a carrot. She turns to her aide and goes, "Well, I think I'll let you handle this one," because she has nothing to say. Now she's going up against Trump. She canceled her lunch with him over this congestion pricing, which is just a $9 tax for driving into Midtown Manhattan. She doesn't have the chops, and she knows it, but. You know how the communists are. Keep charging towards that cannon because you're just here to die for the cause. And you watch. She's next. I predict by this time next week, we are howling over her getting clown slapped by Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Between her and the Democratic governor, Janet Mills out of Maine, who, I don't know. I mean, I saw it across. Damon likes to say, I think we better call somebody there's been a murder. I saw that across the Twitterverse. Everybody was saying, like,
yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You know, somebody call a doctor. Somebody call Quincy. Find out what happened to this poor woman. Because she just got stomped.
Imagine being completely unknown on the political spectrum until Trump trashes you.
Right. Not only politically unknown, but probably fairly popular in her area. And then all of a sudden she comes out with, let me jump on the 20% side of basically where the rest of the country is 80%. Let me jump over here and defend that because that's what people really want to see.
Yeah, right.
No, they don't. That's like wanting to watch a baby seal get clubbed to death, which is basically what just happened to her.
Yes.
Yep. Right?
It was glorious.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. As I always like to say, but you got to say it the right way, Kevin. It was glorious.
At least the seal is cute. Yeah.
So we've got a lot on tap for the show. Breaking news, as always, it seems like, at 8 o'clock at night coming out of the administration. Let me check the headline. I'll tell you the headline right now. Breaking: federal judge grants Trump approval to fire entire. That means the whole group of U.S. aid workforce.
Yes.
Kaboom.
Victory. God.
And it's only month number 1. All right, quick break.
Man.
We'll grab some pizza.
Be a lot of
See you in the
volunteerism
chats.
out there.
We'll see you in the chats. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Pizza Friday. Stay there.
Heard Aaron for a moment. Try. Aaron, can you hear me? Yeah, I can sort of hear you.
I can't hear you. Did I say that? Chat. Pay attention. Slick Rick is paying attention. I got to change out my ear. Live TV. See what it's like? Not very glamorous. Hello. Yes. I can't hear. I can't fucking hear it either.
Ooh, watch you took French this week.
We don't have stuff to work.
We can't have nice things.
Yeah. Hello? Nope.
Oh,
Can't fuck.
Big D, smash the like button. I guess he's busy tonight.
Can't hear anything.
Come on, Big D.
Don't work.
Yeah, take Paul's IFB in the basket. He said he tried. He said he tried. He broke it. No, this is getting ridiculous. It really is. Underneath the Ultra MAGA hat, she said it has Paul's IFB. Underneath the Ultra MAGA hat.
I can't either. My batteries just died. The new batteries don't help.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Slick Rick is here. He's got sports. Kevin Downey Jr. here as well. He's got some news and some stylings he'll be sharing with us throughout the show, of course. He was teasing, and I don't know if I should tease this, your Dr. Fauci thing.
Oh, God, you're going to
We're just going to tease it as Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
I don't want to get into the hairy details. I want to leave that to you.
All right.
Sound good? But look at the smile that came across his face as soon as I said Dr. Fauci.
I'm going to steam some clams with this story, folks. You're going to like it.
Very good. So we'll be doing that in just a little bit. Lots of clips of things that are happening throughout the day. Breaking news as well. Some clips of Kash Patel, our brand new. It's almost like we have a real life version of South Park's Team America.
Yes.
Right? And he was the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
He was Gary. And now Gary is on board the team and we're going to win. Mm-hmm. So we've got some great clips from Kash Patel being sworn in, making his speech as well after he's gotten sworn in, Howard Lutnick. And President Trump, is he talking about chemtrails? I'm just saying. Team Chemtrails. I think we could be onto something.
Could be.
We'll play that clip a little bit later, but right now let's do some sports.
Nothing surprises me.
Let's do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Save yourself a ton of money on some great stuff from Mike Lindell and the people, great people, at mypillow.com. Slick, what do you got for us?
All right, let's go. Scoreboard. NCAA Men's Basketball Division I, just 2 games tonight in action. Marquette right now trails Villanova 53-41, 14 to go in the second half. With 13 to go in the first, more or less just underway, Michigan State leads Michigan 13-6. NBA action. Cavaliers up 27 over the Knicks at the half, 77-50. Unbelievable. And the Grizzlies and Magic are tied at 53 at the half. Also at the half, Wizards lead the Bucks 56-50. Heat over the Raptors 35-28, 9 to go there in the second quarter. NHL back in action tomorrow after a very upsetting game last night. I won't go into recapping the whole game, but just real quick, we lost the game in overtime.
Yes, unfortunately.
Unbelievable. Well, it was just a great game all around, but Connor McDavid left open in the slot. They really shut him down. Both games that they played against, he scored 1 goal early on Saturday night's game, and then last night he really didn't have anything going on until about 14 minutes to go there in overtime. He put the goal in to seal the deal for Canada. They win the play-in 4-game series there, and 4 national players. And what are you going to do? We came close. They played well. I thought the U.S. They lost Brady Tkachuk. He was injured. That did not help. That was a big setback. One of their team leaders, one of their best players, he did all he could. They said if they did get a power play, which is rare when you're talking about a playoff game like that, because it really what it was the equivalent of a Stanley Cup final, that he may have come out for the power play, but obviously that did not happen. And what are you going to do? USA will try again. It looks like they're going to probably do this series again, the 4 nations face-off, 2 years from now. That's
2 years. Why not do it every year? I think this was
next year's with the
huge...
Olympics. That's what it is.
Okay.
They got the Olympics going on, and they're going to be involved with that, and they're not going to be able to. NHL players will be back in the Olympics, so this will be during the break. But looks like in 2 years they'll do it. So.
But that's going to be that's almost like the Olympics right there.
Oh, very much so, Rick.
Yeah, so we might see another USA Canada game next year.
Yeah, be interesting to see if they let Russia play, but obviously they've got to put an end to that Ukraine war right now because they're obviously not allowed to play. That's why they were not in the tournament, and rightfully so with what's going on over there. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but now Trump's education department announces investigation after boy wins high school girls pole vault competition.
Oh, did you see this?
In Maine.
In Maine. I saw this story the other day.
Yep. Well,
and I wasn't sure if I should send it to you because I figured you probably had it.
Well, this is refreshed a little bit here from Catherine Hamilton of Breitbart. The U.S. Department of Education announced an investigation into the Maine Department of Ed amid allegations that it continues to allow males to play on female sports teams in defiance of President Donald Trump's executive order. The investigation comes after Maine school sports officials publicly said last week they plan to defy Trump's order protecting women and girls sports and spaces in favor of a state law recognizing gender identity. Subsequently, a transgender identifying boy won a high school girls pole vault competition in the state on Monday. Maine would have you believe that it has no choice in how it treats women and girls in athletics. That is, that it must follow its state laws and allow male athletes to compete against women and girls. Acting Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights Craig Traynor said in a statement which continued, "Let me be clear, if Maine wants to continue to receive federal funds from the Education Department, it has to follow Title IX. If it wants to forego federal funds and continue to trample the rights of its young female athletes, that too, it's their choice. OCR will do everything in its power to ensure taxpayers are not funding blatant civil rights violators."
Yeah.
So I know this story was the other day, but this actually was just updated tonight in lieu of what President Trump said. Obviously, he issued a very stern warning earlier today to that Maine governor, that Mills governor there, and unbelievable. So
yeah, and if you've ever seen a pole vault, it's an amazing event. Being a track person, in my formative years. Seeing the difference, because when I was in school, and Slick, and I think probably Kevin, you were in school as well, there was no female pole vault.
We were homeschooled.
That's not until maybe the last 15, 20 years tops was female pole vault that you'll see anywhere. And even watching, it's a very difficult, it takes a lot of upper body strength, and it takes a lot of leg strength, power to get yourself up to speed. And you've got to hold this pole, which is a pretty freaking heavy pole and long, and you've got to get it to bend to now get you to
catapult you, essentially.
Catapult you over that pole. It's a very difficult thing to do. Yeah. So I mean, for any like track and field event, that one also is one that sticks out because most of the guys you see doing a pole vault, they've got broad shoulders. Right. Why? Because they're constantly. It's a very heavy, hard thing to do to get your body weight up 10, 15, 20 feet in the air and control it getting over that pole. So I don't know what this judge is thinking or Maine is thinking with this, because I saw the pictures of the kid when he got third place in one meet. It was just a regular meet. And then all of a sudden next year, he's a state champion.
Yeah.
At a much lower height. Because the girls can't clear what he can clear.
Yeah. Yep. And just imagine how grotesque it is to tell young women, screw you. That guy over there with the pigtails, he wants your trophy and he wants your ride to college and he's going to get it.
It's amazing that after all that Trump did with this, that we're still dealing with this crap. But no surprise with these liberal states. I really thought that was going to be it. Title IX was going to prevail. Nobody was going to be a fool. But of course, I'm wrong. There's plenty of them. I'm sure we know California also is playing the same game.
Yeah, but you have the people like the people in Maine, the people in Washington State, in Oregon, in California, who think we're above the law. We know what's best, and we know how to destroy young men in their formative years. Let's tell them that they're girls and let them be empowered to beat up the women that we claim that we're trying to help.
Oh, sure.
Meanwhile, they allow stuff like this to happen. It's an amazing thing because not only do they claim to be the Me Too movement and all that stuff on the left, but here are two young girls getting beaten by a man, by a young man.
Yep.
And where is the left? Are they there to support the women? No. They're there driving the bus and then hitting reverse, backing over the girls again, and then going around the block and figure, you know what? I think they're still breathing. Let's hit them one more time.
Yeah. Where's that pink hat brigade, ladies?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You were told to stay home and be good little girls and shut up.
Right.
And that's what they're doing. They're throwing women, actual feminists, throwing women under the bus so that a mentally ill dude who happens to be the darling of the left can come through and win. And then he's going to say transgenocide.
And look at how Martina Navratilova even has come out in support of
Well, she's been out. She was out very early on this.
Yeah, very vocal how she's out there though. Which is amazing. And that's a wrap there, Rick.
All right, very good. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout, and again, you'll be doing yourself a world of good. Let's face it, we got holidays coming up. What do we have coming up? We got Easter. We got St. Patrick's Day. We got Memorial Day coming up. They're like you could buy MyPillow stuff for people all over your family, right?
Of course.
Exactly. So use that time.
Does he sell eggs?
Yeah, exactly. We've got special guest Michael Curtis coming up to the show. Coming up next with some great stuff along with Garrett Miles. Stay there. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. We'll be back. Stay there.
He goes, and like you guys probably went to school too. And I said, no, we were homeschooled. People are like, you were homeschooled? Nothing wrong with that, but. I went to school with my homies. That's what I did. Is there anybody in the chat? Yeah, no, I'm in the chat. There hasn't been, no super chats. And we've got a nice group there in the YouTube. I've been in the YouTube.
Okay.
I haven't gone into any other chats though. That's your world.
What?
I should go into the.
No, I don't. He didn't send me anything. He just told me. He just told me the time. Hold on a second. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. I can do that. I can fudge it. I just wish I could hear them. It goes in and out, in and out. No, it doesn't matter. I've tried every different one. No. Nope. Yeah, because I would have ripped that out already. Yes, we need. What? No. It's the earpiece, yeah. I've changed them all. They all sound like dog poop. I shouldn't curse. Oh, man. No, it's the same as Paul's. I hate the way those sound.
You see any super chats? Because I don't see anything. I just see
I haven't even been
fathead.
able to get into the chat. I've been unfortunately derailed by not being able to hear it.
Sarcastic Prodigy. $5. KJD. Sorry, that's what they said. Thank you with the tip to unhinge and enraged liberals about losing their slaves on Juneteenth. Professor Carol Swain won me argument.
Love her.
Sarcastic Prodigy. Thank you. $5.
Got messages from Mike and Michelle in Shippensburg. Patriots there. The Buffalo crew. What's up, boys?
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Slick Rick has got some sports. We'll do some more sports later on in the hour and throughout the show. And, of course, the one, the only Kevin Downey Jr. is here. We'll be getting to him in just a little bit. But I teased it at the end of the last segment. Michael Curtis, the great Michael Curtis,
Yes,
is joining us once again. This time he's brought a friend. They're going to be joining us right now. Michael Curtis and Garrett Miles, welcome to the program. How the heck are you guys doing? Michael, great to see you again, man.
Great seeing you, Rick. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Rick. How you guys?
Hey, Michael.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Now, you started emailing us a couple weeks ago because of something that you guys were inspired to do, put together, inspired by number 47. I think his name is Donald J. Trump, correct? Tell us what you guys have been working on, because of course I'm gonna throw it out here. I think it's music related.
Oh, a little bit. So actually, Garrett and I have been working on an album and some music for Texas Red Records, and then when President Trump renamed the Gulf, which me and Garrett are all about, ain't we, Garrett? Oh yeah, Gulf of America. So I said, hey, somebody's going to write this. So we got in with a buddy of ours, Doug Stokes, and we wrote this song, and it's coming out on Texas Red Records. And our Senator Tommy Tuberville has already added it, and we're hoping a bunch more people added it. And we already got it to the president. But this is a great singer and songwriter here, aren't you?
Well, I don't like to brag, but I think I can hold my own pretty dang good.
I think you can.
I would say so. And again, it's called Gulf of America, right? The name of the song?
Correct.
Inspired by President Trump renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Now, Garrett, let me ask you, when Michael came to you with this one, did you look at him like, wait, what are we doing?
Oh no, he actually called me on the phone and said, "Hey brother, I got a song we need to write." And he told me kind of what he had in mind. I said, "Oh yeah, man, let's do it." And so he already had the next verse written, and then the next day I wrote pretty much the second verse, and he changed one line, and we pretty much just went from there.
And then we turned it over to Doug, and he wrote the melody, and here we are.
Right. Now when you come up with something like that, Michael, and you reach out to Garrett, are you thinking, do you think he's automatically going to be like, yes, I'm on this? Or do you think, if he's not feeling it, do I have to write? Like, how does that whole process come together? Do you guys sit in the studio together? Are you going over instruments? Are you playing melodies and stuff, saying, how about this?
Well, sometimes, but for the most part, I've worked with Garrett off and on for 10 years now. He was on American Idol back in 2015, season 14, made it all the way to Hollywood, but he's a traditional country singer. I think he's a star. All of our team thinks he's a star, and we're just he's kind of been a rocket sitting on a launching pad. We're getting ready to relaunch. And I think this Gulf of America song is going to do it.
All right. Very good. Well, we got some. You sent us a copy, so we're going to play some here, featuring Garrett Miles. Check this out. This is Gulf of America with Michael Curtis. Check it out.
All the way from South Point, Texas, around and down through the Florida Keys. You can sail those Gulf Stream waters, catch a ride on a summer breeze. And when the people fly, Old Glory, man, you couldn't ask for more. On the Gulf of America, that patriotic shore. We got crab shacks, bring your tack, man, this is where it's at. Fish right off the pier. Get a suntan, make a plan to come play in the sand any time of year. USA can proudly say we got the best beaches and more. On the Gulf of America, that patriotic shore.
Wow, very nice. And you're right. He is a star. I mean, listen to that voice.
That's some voice.
Damn.
Yeah.
And we give a good nod to President Trump. It says President Trump proclaimed and changed the name to one that we adore, the Gulf of America, that patriotic shore.
There you go. Hey,
Nice.
let me ask you a question. How did you get Senator Tommy Tuberville involved? Like, where did that come from?
Well, you know, his state senator Gary and I, when he was running for office, had played some music at some of his campaign stuff. And then I reached out to a friend that's still tied to his team. And his communications director called me and said, man, Coach brought it into our staff meeting and was playing it. They were dancing, said he's already sent it to President Trump. Said,
Wow.
You know, so hopefully the president will add it. We would love that.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's quite the DJ when it comes to parties.
Yeah, that's true.
Mr. Trump is.
He is.
So that'd be awesome to hear your song featured. That'd be great. Well, congratulations, guys. It's what's the next step? Where can we start to hear this? Can people go find it and purchase it and download it?
Yeah, it's on Apple and Spotify and Amazon, but you can go to GarrettMiles.com or you can go to TexasRedRecords.com and keep up with Garrett, find out what he's done, because I think the world's about to hear a whole lot more from Garrett Miles at Texas Red Records, and his team has our way about it.
Yeah. Again, it's Garrett Miles, Garrett Miles, like, you know, you're driving on the road, .com. And there, all you have to do is you can put your email in so you can keep up with what Garrett's up to. And then once you click enter the site, it'll take you right to the page where it says new song, Gulf of America.
That's correct.
And check it out right there and read all about it and follow him on all the socials. And let's help blow this song up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes,
The commies are going to hate it. They just can't take it that we call it Gulf of America. They just see that now. I'm going to put this all over social media, gentlemen, because number one is a great song, and number two, I just want to see them cry.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well,
Big D
Kevin,
missed this.
please use it on your radio show.
Yep.
Absolutely, I will.
Got to
There
play
you
it for
go.
Big D, too. I'm sorry he missed it. He would have loved this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can also go to TexasRedRecords.com. That's TexasRedRecords.com. And right there, when you get there, you'll see Gulf of America. You can stream it. You can download it. There's a link for you to download it from your favorite platforms. So it's awesome. Very good. Awesome, guys. Congratulations. I hope this thing blows up.
Me too.
And I'm glad that you were
Well,
able to get it to the president.
Well, Garrett, tell them what you think.
Well, yes, let's get this thing out there, and I appreciate y'all having us on the show and giving us the time, and I hope this thing reaches a lot of people.
I think it will, and it might piss off some, as Kevin says, a bunch of commies, leftists, and maybe a few Mexicans while it's at it. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't think that they'll find a better Trump supporter and a patriot than this man right here, Garrett Miles.
right, with a silkier voice, man.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Got to tell you. Very nice, Miles.
Bliss.
All right, Michael Curtis, Garrett Miles, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And everybody, go to, like we said, GarrettMiles.com or TexasRedRecords.com. Get on that and download that song. Find it on your favorite platform and rock it out and share it with your friends.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Take care.
Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And man, that's like a real country song.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I mean, the first line is like, whoa.
Right.
That gets you.
Well, just hear and I forgot about this guy's voice and how
Very distinctive.
he's a they say darn good singer.
Yeah. Nice. Deep
Darn
voice.
good.
He's great.
Yeah, awesome. So, wow.
Yep,
and they
song.
got it to the president, and Tommy Tuberville's involved, the senator, former coach. A lot of great stuff. So
Chat's
very
loving
cool.
it. The chat's loving
Chat's
the song
loving
too.
it?
Oh yeah, great song. Yep.
What are they saying?
They're saying that was a great song. It's here on YouTube. Great guys, great patriots, and Chopper Scott. Yeah, I thought that was a great song, and a number of people. Cowboy Up, good stuff. Big D would have loved that. He would have been like, sound like the Gulf right there.
Definitely the goal. All right. So thanks again to Michael Curtis bringing on Garrett Miles. Go to GarrettMiles.com, grab that song, share it, and love it, and play it nice and loud. Let's do some stuff with Kevin Downey Jr. Kevin, aside from you, of course, being the radio star, your writing is featured on PJmedia.com.
Yes, I have the #1 trending article right now.
Really?
If you guys are bored, yeah, it's all about the new ground that Elon, Trump, and especially J.D. Vance are covering. And I say J.D. Vance because of all the wonderful things that are coming out of these three guys. J.D. Vance went into Germany and he said mass migration is ruining Europe, as is your lack of free speech. So he went there and he said things that could get him arrested as a racist. Remember, a woman posted gang rape stats in Germany, and wouldn't you know, it's more than 50% come from asylum seekers, or as I call them, invaders. And a woman posted it and got fined. Said, what you just did is hateful. Now, the way I see it, the West, and this includes the United States, we're throwing Western women under the bus, all right? That knucklehead from Maine, she's like, yeah, let the guys beat the girls. I'm all for that. And what happened in England and throughout Western Europe, there really, truly is a horrific rape epidemic. It's just reality. And no one wants to talk about it because we've been told that would make us racist. I actually wrote something called Ladies, Self-Preservation Doesn't Make You a Bigot. Because I had a talk with a friend who said she lives in a smaller blue town upstate, terrified, won't go out at night, no one to talk to because all of her friends are liberals. But she goes, we're all scared, but no one can say anything. And that is part of the plan to keep you quiet into your own extinction. It doesn't make you a bad person when you say, wow, I noticed a lot of these rapes going on are from people that came here illegally and were allowed in and invited and actually paid to be here. We paid their way here. We paid their hotel bills and their food bills while they were here. So we're importing them. But J.D. Vance goes into the belly of the beast and says, you're losing your country. And it's happening to us too. And he said 30 days ago, we had the same problem. We don't have it anymore. And he's saying things that would have gotten him fired. And in Germany, sent to jail.
Yeah.
Now the tables have turned. Folks, we got him on the run. Don't take your foot off the gas. This is, and not to be like a big wacko, this is survival, okay? This is we as we're eating pizza, Mr. Delgado goes, we were this close.
Yeah.
This close to the globalists taking over. And we're not out of it yet. We're not out of it yet. Now we fight. Now we get them on the run. But man, you know what, Rick? You're right. Their dreams are getting crushed every day.
Yeah, and I love it, and it's glorious because they did come. We're talking millimeters close.
Millimeters, yeah.
You know, we're saying this close, but then we look back on it. We remember July, and we're like, actually, it was that much close, like millimeters close.
Yep.
To where we would probably not be on the air.
No.
I would say they probably would have come for us by now.
Absolutely.
Because that would have been the opening they needed to finish it off.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Keep in mind that whole ministry of what was it? Misinformation.
Ministry of
disinformation.
Truth. Ministry of truth.
That was meant to shut us up.
Yeah.
And they're going after free speech. It's not over yet.
No, definitely not.
North of America,
Yeah, finish it up.
Come on.
Finishing up with a little Michael Curtis and Garrett Miles.
Where's that cowboy hat?
I know. I was looking forward to it.
He took it with him.
He's probably using it for a jacuzzi.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. We'll come back. Stay there.
We got cruise liner, shrimp boats, all kinds of things afloat, proudly flying our flag. In the water, in the sun, friendly folks having fun. Now pardon me while I brag. President Trump proclaimed and changed the name to one that we adore. It's the Gulf of America, that patriotic shore. Now it's the Gulf of America, that patriotic shore.
That's a great song right there. That guy's got something.
Really is, yeah.
He got one of those real classic country, like that Clint Black song, voice. I'm not big on country, although I respect it and I think it's great. Obviously, I'm more into rhythm and blues and funk and things like that, and I'm pretty eclectic, But every once in a while, but when I listen to, good talent when you hear it, and that young man's got some nice talent. And with somebody like Michael behind him writing, man, that's firepower right there. But I hope that the president gets to hear that song. Did they say that did they send it to the president? Or
Yeah.
He did. Okay, I missed that. Okay. Oh, okay. He's going to hand it. Tommy Tuberville's going to hand it off like a football. President Trump loves his music. We know that. Good point. He likes to DJ his shows, his rallies. I like Michael. Good guy. On the chat.
Nope.
People are saying Delgado's had his issues. I'm like, you just finding that out now?
This lineup is hotter than a pepper sprout. Pages, Laura, and Joey. I love them. Laura, I'm working on that article. It's going to come out tomorrow. Pages, Laura, and Joey, they had a couple of saboteurs who went into the hills, went into the town's water supply.
Really?
3:45 a.m. And they went to get them. They were gone. They had to release 1 million gallons of water because they couldn't tell if they had thrown something in.
Damn.
And someone said, why don't you just test it? Well, because if you test the water up here.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on down there.
Right.
Can you hear now, Delgado?
I can hear something now. It's like them killing. Let's kill 100 million chickens because they might catch a cold.
Yep. Let's kill the food supply.
The buck stops here.
Yeah. That was terrible.
Exactly. Talk about a dirty dozen. Oh, come on now, let's go.
All right, now I can finally get into the chat. Holy moly, what a disaster tonight to start it out. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Slick Rick is here. He's got sports. Kevin Downey Jr. is there. He's got everything else. And and I got a bunch of clips that we got to get to. We'll start to get to them I think in the next hour. Maybe we'll throw one in here. But first, let's do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. You'll save yourself a lot of money on some great stuff. And, of course, be helping the people and the company and Mr. Mike Lindell himself. MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what do you got, my friend?
We got another wing-ding Democrat here. Democrat
nice.
Jasmine Crockett rooting for Mexico and Canada in sports because Trump is president. Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart. Texas Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett says she finds herself rooting for sports teams from Mexico and Canada instead of the U.S. merely because she despises President Donald Trump. Crockett visited the popular Breakfast Club podcast and told the host, Charlemagne Lagarde, him, that she couldn't root for American teams. The elected member of the U.S. House of Representatives bloviated about, this is a new word for me, about people speaking truth to power and added, the fact that I'm rooting for Canada and I'm rooting for Mexico a lot is really wild. She claimed that, but they are really the ones that are speaking truth to power right now. They can see that it is, and they were like, I'm quoting this, we are not messing with this crazy regime from Mar-a-Lago and basically calling them thugs. If it was me, there is no way right now. I got no convictions, no arrests, no nothing, and I will never be qualified for president in the eyes of the vast majority of them, she said. But a guy who ended up becoming a convicted felon and had other cases that were pending, he is good to go. Crockett has increasingly launched attacks on Trump and Republicans. Last week, for instance, the racist Democrat claimed that 80% of violent crime is committed by white supremacists and proclaimed herself tired of hearing white teas from mediocre white boys. This one's a real radical left-wing ring-ding. I'll tell you.
Well, you know what?
There's those pockets in Texas that are a little
But
crazy.
we were talking about her last night and saying, you know what? If this is the latest offering from the Democrats, have at it, because she's as dumb as a stump.
Yeah.
And she proves it every time she opens her mouth.
Yep.
And it's great that she's rooting against America. Like President Trump plays on every sports team in America, I guess. So she can't root for anybody. She has to root for Mexico, Canada, and who knows, Sri Lanka while she's at it. But no, you keep doing you, boo. You got this. You got it. You just keep going. Yep. Keep going. We're enjoying it because we love mocking how stupid you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how cute she is because she's stupid.
Yeah,
she's as dumb as a stump.
You know what it is? Jasmine Crockett, stick your finger in the socket. She's a piece of work. And Charles Barkley, Canadian hockey team, was motivated by Trump. They didn't want to be the 51st state. So, he's right in there, Barkley. Barkley. Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart reporting, Charles Barkley is no stranger to blaming President Trump for everything. We're on this Trump blaming rage. Now the former NBA star is blaming the president for Team USA's loss to Canada. Canada defeated the U.S. 3-2 in the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game on Thursday night in Boston. The win was extra bitter for the Americans considering they had just beaten the Canadians 3-1 on Saturday night in Montreal. One of the many subplots to the game was President Trump's joking suggestion that Canada become the 51st state. In addition, Canadians have been booing the U.S. anthem due to the 51st state comment and the president's threat from tariffs. Soon after the game ended, Barkley told the Inside NBA viewers on TNT that the Canadians were motivated by Trump's actions. I'm not going to be a sore loser, Barkley said. Congrats to Canada. I'm sorry we got the tariffs on you. Co-host Kenny Smith sought clarification from Barkley. Oh, good luck. Asking whether he was linking the tariffs to Canada's victory. They were playing harder because of the tariffs, Barkley replied. And if they didn't want to be the 51st state, that's motivation. I mean, you got to report this stuff. It's amazing.
Oh,
and now
my
with
goodness.
the president, and all these sports people, they know President Trump is a big sports person himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's as big a fan as anybody. And that's the way it is. And he's starting to stick his beak into the sports a little bit. That phone call to the hockey players, I must have heard that 4 or 5 times. I thought that was absolutely riveting. Could you imagine Biden calling these guys up? Hey, I want you to go out there and I want you to win that baseball game. Make sure you drive that home run in the first inning. And good luck to you, boys. Hit that gridiron. That would have been his speech.
When I was in high school, I hit 368 feet.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And they hit the goalpost.
That's it. And Corn Pop caught it.
Yeah, exactly. just a doofus.
Oh, man. Well, that's enough in sports right now.
All right,
that's
thank
a wrap.
You. And Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code at checkout. And, there you go. You know what, Slick? Speaking of sports, and I know, Kevin, you had something to say about Jasmine Crockett. She seems to, kind of butter your muffin, so to speak.
You know what? She's just gearing up for her OnlyFans page. She's going to ride out this political thing until they kick her out. I don't see her lasting.
Her and Fanny have a free-for-all.
Yeah. I will say this. The far left part of the Democratic Party really coming out as just plain old Marxists. Everyone sees it. Look at the Jasmine Crockett. I like Mexico and Canada. Well, they're only a couple of socialist nations. And Carol Scheinbaum, I think. That sounds like a really Mexican name for a president down there.
Oh yeah, she's the Mexican president. She survived. I think she survived the most assassinations in that campaign cycle.
Really?
Yeah, it was a whole story. Like literally, there were like maybe 20 people killed during that campaign cycle.
Wow.
And somehow Marilyn Scheinbaum, the Mexican, won.
Yeah. But you know what's sick though?
Say hello.
Jasmine Crockett coming down on the side of Mexico, who's in cahoots with China, killing. 80,000 Americans with fentanyl alone? Why would you be on their side? Is it Trump? Is Trump that bad? Look, you see the same fiery and, may I say, completely moronic attitude from your Fonnie Willis types, your Letitia James types, all these diehards. Oh, we just hate Trump. Well, I happen to know, and you can look at Britannica.com, the Marxists went to work on the black communities probably in the late 20s, early 30s, but really ramped it up when the Black Panthers came out and said, wow, you guys, we love what you do. You should be Marxists. And they became a Marxist group. BLM, a Marxist group. We see that the Marxists they geared themselves towards the black community decades ago, and I don't blame them. Why wouldn't you? You have black people who were mistreated for centuries. It's very easy to get them on your side. But these idiots like Jasmine Crockett, she doesn't see it. She still thinks she's the most oppressed person in the world, even though she is in the House of Representatives.
Yes.
A black woman who's marginally, she's able to walk, but there's not a lot of firepower. There's not a lot of firepower in that brain. And she just doesn't see it. They can't see it.
No.
They have to hate.
Yeah, and it's funny because she's out of a place that you wouldn't expect her to excel to the House of Representatives because according to her, it's so racist and it's so white and they always. But somehow in Texas, she seems to shine and rise above it all.
Great point. That's the good old boy state. How'd she get ahead there?
How did she do that one?
Systemic racism took a nap that day.
I guess so. I guess they were off. They were off raping and pillaging elsewhere. And missed her block.
Making it look like the Apaches done it. That's the real secret.
Hey, real quick, Slick, you'll enjoy this. Check this out. As a trans activist believes, and she tries to convince Riley Gaines that there should be only one Olympics for everyone.
Oh,
check this out. This is cut number 4. You're gonna love this. Check this out.
Absurd from top to bottom, saying there should be a gender-neutral Olympics.
I know.
Are you serious?
Madness.
Do you also believe, Blossom, that we should combine the Paralympics and the Olympics? I would love to hear an answer to that.
Okay, I'll ask her. Bring back Blossom. Blossom, should we combine the Paralympics with the regular Olympics? Have them all compete with each other?
Why not? And to go back to Riley's point to that last point.
You are completely insane.
Oh my
go back to that last one.
That's the whole Olympics.
So let's have
like that.
Let's have the people with no legs compete against the people with legs and call that fair.
Yeah.
That's what what was that guy's name again?
Stubby?
Blossom.
Blossom.
Yes, Blossom.
Blossom.
Yes.
A real peach.
I smoked the one-legged guy in the relay. I smoked him.
Exactly. Oh, what a surprise. The relay team with the people with no arms couldn't win. You think?
That was the shot put.
Oh, my goodness. Disaster. This is the left. Amazing. All right, quick first hour already in the books. On a Friday night, we'll take a quick break. Come back with hour number 2 and a lot more for you. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Probably is real for real.
Awesome.
The common sense, it's just incredible.
There is none.
It's insane.
The fact that you use that phrase
in that department.
The fact that you think you can use that phrase with them is insane. Common sense.
Yeah. It's crazy.
RD Bull in the Rumble chat says Blossom's Blooms died.
Yeah, it sure did.
That's a good one.
It.
Who is Blossom? Oh, Dad, did you just miss Blossom? That was the dude with the long hair and the glasses.
Oh, who missed that? Yeah, I can't miss that.
ODAT 2011.
ODAT. That's the whole Olympics.
The whole Olympics.
It's the whole Olympics. We got the whole Olympics.
John D 6307. I'm sorry. What if it is that is ready? It's ready to go. It was written the other day. What do you call it? Aaron and Fran put it all together. It's just all of a sudden we got the news this morning that Damon couldn't be here, so we had to postpone it till Monday. So Monday, what even is that?
That's it. Oh, Paul will be happy.
Paul will be very happy.
Paul Nolan will be here.
Paul loves to be here when I do it, so
he's bringing his old American burgers for you and the whole bit.
Oh, that's right. He says he's going to bring the burgers.
There you go. Oh, Aaron's not going to be here.
Aaron's not going to be here.
Oh, come on, Aaron. Maybe you can take
what's
a ride.
What's he bringing in?
Yes. You have to.
Then do it.
You have to.
You can do it. No, you won't.
Drag Black.
You don't even have to tell anybody you're here.
Blossoms was a 90s sitcom. It could have been.
He'll be too busy eating. He won't.
Yeah.
All right, let me jump into Twix chat. I'm in the
YouTube chat.
I've been just trying to catch up.
I don't think I've seen any super chats. If I did miss any super chats, I apologize to our great YouTube audience. But I don't think. I just saw the one that I had gotten earlier.
Howdy, Twixers. There we go.
Hour 2 coming up.
We're not ignoring the X chat. We just got here.
Well, you got to tell these people this little thing gets in
and Miller, yeah, I know.
It's called live TV. Yeah. Yeah.
And when everything's not working just right,
you're on your couch. It's a little
even
different.
when everything's working just right, there's always something else going on.
Tell me about it.
Here we go. Jumping over to the YouTube. Man, now we're going back to the top of the hour.
Is CPAC over? Is today the last day?
I don't know. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, Dish Network, Channel 219, Pluto TV, Channel 240, Samsung TV Plus, 1175. We're also on the Roku channel on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Select TV, Channel 106. And, of course, following us, I should say, on all of the socials, including Rumble and the Rumble chat, the YouTubers, Facebook and the Facebook chat, Twitter X, Kick, Getter, and, of course, Instagram at LFS6B Show. You can check out there. And, of course, like and share the show. Slick Rick is here with sports. Kevin Downey Jr. is also joining us as he does on Friday night, Pizza Friday night, with some more great stuff. We'll be going to him in just a little bit. He's got this Fauci thing he's got to share with us. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But I think one of the big breaking news from earlier today, I announced the headline. I want to read you a little bit of the story. Federal judge grants President Trump approval to fire the entire USAID workforce. USAID, I should say it like that. Because again, the USAID, it makes it sound like, it's people that you're trying to help people. No. It's AID.
Yep.
And that's an acronym for something that does not really help people. The only people it helps is itself. So according to this, let me pull up that headline that I was just reading regarding the federal judge. According to this, and this is coming from NBC News, federal judge earlier today paved the way for the Trump administration to move forward with plans to remove thousands of U.S., and again, AID, Agency for International Development, workers from their jobs. U.S. District Court Carl Nichols denied a request from labor groups to issue a preliminary injunction after the Trump administration said thousands of U.S. AID employees would be placed on administrative leave and ordered the agency personnel abroad to return to the U.S. within 30 days. Weighing plaintiffs' assertions on these questions, blah, 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 it is simply not possible for the court to conclude as a matter of law or equity, that the public interest favors or disfavors an injunction. Plaintiffs have presented no irreparable harm. they or their members are immediately likely to suffer from the hypothetical future dissolution of USAID, Nichols wrote, and it's not clear why the speed of the proceedings in these relevant agencies would be insufficient to address the only actions that have already happened or presently ripe for review. Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Early this month, the judge had paused the administration's move to place 2,200 USAID staff on administrative leave. He also rescinded leave for 500 workers and paused efforts to expedite evacuations for personnel abroad. The temporary restraining order on those actions extended until today's ruling by the judge. So another victory. There you have it. That is what victory smells like.
Yep.
You know, people complain, oh, Trump is not going to listen to the law. He's a criminal. He's going to do this. Well, what did he do? Well, he said, okay, you want to file your injunction? Go ahead. We'll go to the courts. And what happens when he goes to the courts? He seems to end up winning.
He seems to end up winning. Yeah, and did you see USAID got busted? They've been spending money to sort of topple governments that, I don't know, we'll just call them the CIA doesn't really approve of. I don't know if you saw this. Millions of dollars sent, and George Soros, of course, is in on this. Look at this. Millions of dollars allegedly went towards stoking social unrest in the Balkan Peninsula of, in Macedonia as well. It's all over the place. These little tiny nations, Macedonia, very conservative. Well, they're working on that right now. And it's the same thing that the CIA is doing. This comes with Operation Mockingbird. They did it to Trump. Tell the press, here's all the bad stories we want out there. It'll make our political enemy look bad. They're doing this in the Balkans, in Macedonia. They're doing it all over the world with money from USAID. They can't pull the plug on that building soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. And again, so many, when you talk about the toppling of governments, just look at Ukraine.
Yeah,
Ukraine is a perfect example of some of the influence and money and what they did and how were they able to pull this off. Using these NGOs to go in and stoke what they call a color revolution.
Yep.
In these other countries. And that's what happened in Ukraine in 2013, 2014 during the Obama administration. What they do? Well, they Ukraine had an election. The person that won the election and was elected their president kind of liked Russia better than the West. Okay, whatever. You do it. You do you, boo. Right? But no. CIA says, we don't like that. Yep. So what we do? And they do it under the guise of, it was an uprising. People were upset. The only uprising was they were paid to be upset, and they caused enough problems and basically led to the overthrow of a democratically elected president in a country that, unfortunately, it sits on the border of Russia. They share history. It's like we're in the fight between two brothers.
Yep.
Why are we in the middle of this fight? So anyhow, we topple that government, and it's been going that way ever since. We've been running it, we've been financing it, we've been controlling it. Victoria Nuland was the architect of putting into place the first quote unquote president that they selected, picking out their cabinet, putting in the people they wanted to make sure that they could control what was going on in Ukraine. Why? Because they were using Ukraine for a lot of other nefarious crap that we're not supposed to know about.
Money laundering.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, when Joe Biden won the White House, the first thing he did, he called that, there's a guy in England, Boris Johnson, kind of looks like the Bumble from,
Yeah.
He's a shocking right here. He goes over, he goes, this is not going to work. We're going to need
our co-host, but that's another story.
We're going to need Zelensky in there so that the CIA and the military-industrial complex can make money. Everyone's making money on this war except for the people who are dying.
Yes. They're being basically thrown into early graves, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the country's being destroyed. Simply because, the CIA didn't like who the people of that country elected.
Yep.
And again, you look through the history of this, and it's dirty from top to bottom.
Absolutely. Remember, folks, peace doesn't pay.
Yeah.
War pays.
Exactly. It's you know what? That's a great segue for things that don't pay. Like being healthy doesn't pay.
Does not pay.
When it comes to the pharmaceutical companies, being healthy does not pay. I want to play this clip for you because it grabbed my attention. This is cut number one. It's a little bit long, but CNN, this guy's name is Callie Means, exposes this doctor, Dr. Paul Offit, right there on the air, and his connections to Merck, the big pharmaceutical giant.
Oh yeah.
And he says what Paul Nolan said. These guys should be wearing jackets with patches so you know who
like
the hell
NASCAR.
funds them.
Yeah, like the NASCAR guys.
Right, like NASCAR guys. Here it is, cut number 1. And we might stop it along the way, Aaron, but just check this out. Cut number 1. Watch this exchange. This is awesome.
Talked about childhood vaccines, number 1. He talked about electromagnetic radiation, number 2. He talked about pesticides.
Now pause it there for a second, because this is that Dr. Moffitt. Is it Dr. Offit? Sorry. And he's complaining about RFK Jr. and everything that RFK Jr. wants to do and things that he's talked about. Now you can just so you had some backstory on who this guy is who's talking. Go ahead.
About the things that Callie's talking about here, which is things like obesity or over-medicating children or sugar drinks. I'm all for that. I agree with that. But you can have both.
He gave a powerful speech about these issues. This is what Bobby Kenney's fighting against, Dr. Offit. As you know, you were the chair at the Children's Hospital, the Merck chair. It was like a NASCAR driver wearing their sponsors. Merck paid your $1.5 million salary. And this is what Bobby's saying, is that fundamentally, pharma can create good innovations, but they're foundationally incentivized for children to be sick. Pharma doesn't make money when children are healthy. The hospitals don't make money when the beds are empty. Chronic disease, just as a demonstrable statement of economic fact, is a great economic invention for the healthcare industry, which demonstrably makes money when patients are sick. And that's an incentive Bobby Kennedy is going hard after. I'm in Florida. I'm in a state senator's office right now. I'm actually lobbying for these state SNAP bills, which Bobby is really supporting, to get soda off of SNAP. I think the problem is that the public health community, the Merck chairs of pediatricians, I mean, that is just insane. Merck does not have children's interests at heart. Merck itself has settled billions of dollars in criminal penalties for misleading and falsifying data in the past 10 years. And
by the way, I should, for transparency, he used to be a pharmaceutical rep, right, Callie?
No. I was about 13 years ago was a lobbyist, which included.
So you were a lobbyist for pharmaceuticals. Okay.
Calling that out.
Right. But really quick, we do have to go. But Dr. Offit, I have to have you respond to his claims about Merck.
So she comes to the rescue because she's like,
ties.
he's getting lambasted here.
Sure. What he does is what RFK Jr. does, which is what all personal injury lawyer types do, which is when the data aren't on their side, then they attack the person. I'm not Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Hold on, Callie. Let him talk. Callie, please. I
don't receive okay, I do not have a conflict of interest. The Merck chair is defined by Penn, and Penn, there is no quid pro quo to be having an endowed chair. As anybody who receives an endowed chair would know. Secondly, it's like because there aren't the data on their side regarding vaccines, they do what all personal injury lawyer types do, which is attack the witness. I'm not RFK Jr.'s problem. The science that has continually shown he's wrong about vaccines. He's wrong about that.
Okay.
That's the problem.
All right. Thank you both for coming on. Again, okay, Callie, I let you say your piece. Dr. Offit, I let you also respond. And I appreciate you coming on for this spirited discussion, shall we say. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. We'll be right back.
And the next ad that probably plays was a Merck ad. Right?
Yep.
But congratulations to Callie Means. I mean, just leveling the guy right to his face.
Yeah, he called him what he was.
Yeah,
a Merck chair.
And you saw him when he doled out that little bit of truth that he was paid by Merck as $1.5 million. You saw him. He just kind of like shook his head like, I can't believe this guy knew that.
Yeah.
It wasn't, he didn't all of a sudden jump up and go, no, that's a lie. That's never happened. I can prove it. He didn't say that.
It was in category
because he can't. Right? And again, this is what I love about this movement that we've seen in the last, few years away from mainstream media. Mainstream media is getting killed because people see this and they're like, why is she shutting him down?
Because CNN don't want them Pfizer commercials and Merck commercials pulled.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
That's the Bucks, man. That's the golden goose.
Right?
Are you kidding me? That's the golden goose laying eggs left and right every 30 seconds.
You can say whatever you want, but do not mess with the sponsors because they will lose their ass.
Yep.
It's
absolutely.
Don't pull on Superman's cape.
You know what? I knew a pediatrician who told me kids are ATMs until the 4th grade when they learn how to wash their hands. And then he goes, I don't make a penny off of them.
Really?
Yep. He said, but until they hit the 4th grade, they're little piggies and they're filthy and they rub their nose.
That's
and
it.
And so there's so much money to be made in keeping people, especially children, sick.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? He's right, because I can't name one thing that the pharmaceutical companies have actually cured. Have they ever cured anything? Or just given you something for the
polio,
for the symptom?
They didn't even cure that.
Right? They give you something for the symptom,
The
but
mumps.
they never treat the cause.
They cured the mumps back in the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow. All right, I'll take a quick break. Man, oh man. Yeah, that was heavy duty. And again, that's another great. We're turning into. We are the media, kids.
Yep.
Yay. Thank you, X. We'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll do some more sports. We'll do some more Kevin Downey Jr. We just need you guys there to hang with us. Live on a Friday night, live from Studio 6B. Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Thank you.
I was looking at that. I'm like, I want to play it. I don't know where we could possibly get.
Oh, that was perfect.
Discussion.
I love when that works out like that.
That was perfect.
See what Kash Patel did today?
Yes. Which part?
I've got that.
Was it
1,500 people.
I thought it was 1,000.
See, I'm reading 1,500 now. 1,500 staff and agents to be transferred from D.C. to various locations around the nation. Some 1,000 agents will be reassigned.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things he said. He said, I want to get them out of D.C. because, there shouldn't be so many in D.C. They should be spread around the country, being cops, as he put it.
Yep.
He's big on that.
Rick, I sent you the reads. Do you want to split them up because there's 3 of them?
Sure.
Do 1 here and 2 in the next block?
Oh.
All right, that works.
That's why Damon took off tonight. 3 reads. He
3
heard
reads.
3.
Son of a bitch. Well, son of a bitch. Look what happened.
DEI battle.
I got a good DEI clip, too.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you saw this. The L.A. mayor fired the DEI fire chief.
Oh, yeah, bring that up.
All right.
Let's do that first, and then we'll do sports in the second half.
Okay. And that leads you to something?
Yeah.
Segue? Oh, perfect. Can we say
Huh?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, why not?
That one might come back to get me fired from upstairs.
Oh, that's your boss.
Yeah. And I am on his radio station.
Clam slappers? Would you say that on your morning show?
I would want.
Oh, well, then, man.
But I wouldn't do it.
Well, then you got to pump the brakes on that one.
Yeah. Right. Damn it.
Park that in your Volvo.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's hold off on the clam slappers. Aaron's like, yeah.
He drives a Volvo. Volvo.
Oh, we're doing
Oh man.
Yeah, we don't need our clams getting slapped on a Friday night.
Yeah. We'll get shelled.
Will the following people please walk off set? Kevin Downey Jr., Rick Delgado, Slick Rick Alvarado.
Aaron, you're on. Aaron and Fran, take it away.
Brooks Buck in the YouTube chat. He says, Kevin hitting Jack and Coke.
Oh, it sounds like the blues on a Friday night. And speaking of nighttime, how well do you sleep? You know, when you have that peace of mind knowing that your family is prepared for anything. Well, one company that can help you do that is My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness. They're offering a limited time discount on their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit, and you can get yours today. This isn't your typical survival food either. Each kit provides with over 2,000 calories and 100% of the recommended value of 12 essential vitamins and minerals daily for 90 days. That's 3 months of emergency food kit goodness with delicious meals and extras, including chicken, beef, fruits, and veggies. We're talking quality meals that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like they're home cooked. You can check it out for yourself. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can be emptied. Don't get yourself caught out when the next crisis hits. Your 3-month emergency food kit includes free shipping, a disaster replacement warranty, and 24/7 U.S.-based support, all from MyPatriotSupply.com. This special discount is available for a limited time only, so visit MyPatriotSupply.com now to secure your family's future with a $100 discount. If you order by 3 p.m., we'll ship your order within the same day, so you have peace of mind right away. That's all you got to do. And go to MyPatriotSupply.com. That's MyPatriotSupply.com. And get your 3-month food kit today. And it's great because 25 years. Hopefully it's 25 years that'll go by and you'll be like, I'm so glad I didn't use it.
Yep.
That means everybody's happy and healthy.
Yep, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Folks, I mean, I've got some. Unless things really go badly, don't come to my place. In which case I don't have any. But yeah, you got to have it. Worst case scenario, you die going, thank God, didn't need it.
Didn't need it. Okay, it was a small investment.
Yeah.
Just look at it as an investment. We get insurance for our cars, our homes, our lives. Maybe get insurance for your food to make sure you and your family are fed.
Yep.
That's it.
Costs nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. Get those cans before you kick the can.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Downey Jr.
Yes, sir.
What you got, my friend? I know there was something you want to talk about here.
All right. I'm a bad person. I think this is hilarious. Big DEI fight on the West Coast. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass has drawn first blood. She fired the L.A. fire chief, DEI hire Kristen Crowley. Remember her?
Now, didn't she fire her once before? And all of a sudden, within like a few hours, they took it back?
Yes. Yeah, and they said, well, she wasn't really fired. It was just a thing.
Like a fake fire.
Yeah, someone had to go. And, of course, Dookie runs downhill. So Karen Bass has canned the DEI fire chief. Remember that video of that other, the firefighter going, have your husband got himself in a fire? He got himself in the wrong place.
Exactly. she was blaming, you can't have a woman carry out. Well, maybe it's your fault for being in there in the first place.
Yeah, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you live above someone who fell asleep smoking a cigarette? So, yeah, she blamed her. She blamed, Bass blamed Crowley, said she didn't warn me about the imminent fire risk that happens every year around this time.
Oh, okay. So this is the result, because yesterday we read the story about Karen Bass, the mayor. She's doing an investigation into how she ended up in where'd she go? Ghana or something like that?
Yep.
It's like she was investigating why she was allowed to go on a trip.
Yeah.
So this is what you're saying. This is the follow-up to that.
This is the follow-up. Gets better. She said, we know, this is Karen Bassau, she said, we know that 1,000 firefighters that could have been on duty on the morning of the fires broke out were instead sent home on Chief Crowley's watch. No, I don't think they just sent 1,000 firefighters home. That's not really, I'm related to a firefighter, former, retired, I should say. They don't just do that. They don't just say, hey, everyone go take the day off. That's not how that works. And what's really cooking here, I smell a stink badge in the perfume aisle. There's a phone call that came out between Karen Bass and someone else where she's telling a supporter of some sort, let's lay low on why I was in Ghana.
Really?
Yeah. It's James O'Keefe. It's coming out now, and she's on the phone, and she's actually whispering when she's on the phone because she doesn't want other people to hear. And it's good. It's good. She's up to something, and we're going to find out what it is.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hopefully we find out sooner rather than later, and it helps end her career.
Yes.
Just like the Maine governor hopefully will be ending her career as well in politics. Hey, speaking of DEI, I don't know if you caught this. The Telegraph in the UK had this video up. Talking about DEI, and here's two women, and I couldn't find their names for the life of me, but here it is, cut number 2, where they talk about the DEI scam and why we see everybody abandoning it. Check it out, cut 2.
What do you make of what Trump has said about diversity, equity, and inclusion policies? He's basically suggested that they should be scrapped.
They should be scrapped, yeah. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are three wonderful sounding words that are, in fact, a scheme to do the exact opposite. It's to divide, and it's to create inequality. It's to revive racism, but this time against white people. It's all based on this idea that there's an oppressor and oppressed. It's what I call neo-communism, because the communism before 1989 failed. It was centered around class and economic inequality. But this DEI scheme is based on race and identity politics. And these things are terrible, and we've seen the outcome of that. So for the Trump administration to go out and say, let's get rid of this, I'm very much in favor of that.
Yeah.
She gets it.
She gets it, right?
It's all communism. That's why, look at what DEI is. We're going to put a communist, a Marxist in your company, and that person is going to spread the Marxism like cancer. And we're going to go to the Department of Education. We're going to go to that school board. We're going to get it all. DEI is nothing but communism, and it's how they get it through every institution. And that woman just hit a grand slam. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah, that was great.
And you know what's interesting, too, is my question is, why are we seeing all of a sudden this complete abandonment? From the court, and I'm not talking about the government side. The government side is because Trump, signed the executive order. We're clearing this out. That makes sense. They have to abide by that. But we're seeing all of a sudden all these companies go, okay, we're done too. It's almost like they got clear. It's almost like, well, maybe were they being threatened by the federal government? If you don't do this, we're going to come down on you.
Yeah.
And now they see the federal government's not doing it.
It's suspicious how many, even like Zuckerberg.
Right.
Getting rid. I know that DEI will cost money, and there are too many people. I don't even mean rich people. Too many people who are making their livings at Bud Light who suddenly lost their job because of the tranny on the canny.
Right.
And now they're like, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Well, no, you shouldn't. And if you got people who own stock in the beer company, go, what are you doing? We just lost money. There's too much money to be lost. I just think you hit the nail on the head. They were either bribed or threatened.
I think they were threatened.
I think so, too.
I'm going to say, because, let's face it, it's almost like the mafia, coming by, for their, we got to get a taste this week. They come by. This is a really nice bakery you have here. It'd be a shame if it caught flames.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Because we really like the cookies here, but man, imagine this thing went up in flames. That'd be terrible.
Right? Exactly.
Right? Yeah. It's almost like the corporates, the big companies around the country, maybe they were being, kind of held over the coals, so to speak.
I would not. That wouldn't surprise me at all. You want a little tax break, Nike?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want that investigation to go bye-bye?
Yeah.
Then you employ this person. We got a few people we'd like to send over for that position that maybe you can interview.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that could be it, because all of a sudden, because you see companies, if they really believed it, why would they give up on it so quickly? Be like, oh, government's not doing it, we're out.
It was too fast.
Right.
I didn't trust it. I don't trust anything Zuckerberg does or says, but I was just like, wow, they're really bailing quickly.
Can't trust him.
It's amazing. There's very, very few companies are sticking with it. And it could be, again, it's just a theory, but you never know. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Slick Rick has got some sports. We'll do some more with KDJ, and I got those Cash Patel, real good Cash Patel clips we'll get through. Celebrating Cash Patel Day. It's Cash Patel Day.
I'll take that.
I'll take that too.
Yeah.
Canada, you can have the hockey game.
Cash Patel Friday.
We got Cash Patel Friday.
Right there with Pizza Friday. Come on, don't get any better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Friend of the show, Cash Patel. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Whose cowboy blanket is that?
That's stupid.
Someone sent that in?
Somebody made those.
Wow.
They made a cowboy and they made an American flag.
Wow.
Yep. They sent one for Delgado and one for Dan. cowboy one for me.
That's great.
You guys are always flipping seats, so they didn't.
We got nothing.
I think she's making one for Paul. She's making, you know those covers you put in the back of a trunk, like you have to change your oil?
Look at that.
Make one of those.
She made it.
This is made very well,
Wow,
too. Look at the quality.
Yeah, I believe that was Brownie Bow on Rumble.
Okay.
Made these for us.
Brownie Bow on Rumble.
Brownie Bow on
made
Rumble.
these for us.
Well done.
And I believe she said she started Paul's yesterday.
She's from She's from Texas. From Texas too. She's a Texas girl.
Wonder
Very
if
nice.
Jamie Crockett, or was it Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah, she's from Texas too. I don't know what part. Probably Austin or something like that.
Austin's such a hippie town.
I know, it's terrible.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
What a big blue chamber pot Austin is. Oh, we still got Fauci. This is horrible.
Speaking of horrible, you got 2 more reads here.
Yeah. All right. Whatever you say. Wellness Company and Birch Gold. And Slick will come to you for like quick.
Sure, whatever works for you guys. I'm going to just do the scores real quick in this one. And,
sure.
All right. And then I have a couple of stories at the end. One of the Jets got robbed that gun.
Really?
Yeah.
They would say. It was.
Did you see these like professional B&E gangs? I think they got Travis Kelce.
They got busted. Yeah.
And they got Mahomes.
They got Mahomes and they got, what's his name too, from Cincinnati.
Bill Burrow?
Yep.
They posed for pictures with what they stole.
Yeah, those idiots. Yeah. But they were from Chile. They were Chilean. Yep. Chile today, gone tomorrow.
Well, now they're chilling in jail, right?
Now
they get caught?
Now they're chilling in jail is right.
Chilling in jail. Barbara Knight says, hi, Aaron and Fran. Dallas rep Crockett. She's from Dallas.
Ooh.
They kill Kennedys there.
Yeah, Dallas could be. I love that city. Takes all kinds. I can't believe what they. I can't believe they'd vote something like that in down there in Texas. That's unbelievable.
Man, it sounds like the Blues again. Yes, it is. But don't worry, because it's a new day in America, kids. And a new administration is in Washington, D.C., thankfully. There's a lot of excitement and optimism about the future, but the reality is there's still a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. The truth is that the forces that are representing us and are responsible for breaking our healthcare system aren't going to simply go away just like that. The challenges our system face won't disappear overnight. Now more than ever, you need to be prepared. That's where the Wellness Company comes in. Their doctors are medical professionals that you can trust, and their line of prescription medical kits are the gold standard when it comes to keeping you and your family safe and healthy. Whether it's the medical emergency kit, the contagion kit, the first aid kit, or the travel kit, these prescription kits contain an assortment of life-saving medications and guidebooks to assist you in the proper use of the medications. From flu to strep, from COVID to bird flu, trip to the beach to a trip overseas, the Wellness Company has a prescriptions kit designed just for you and to keep you and your family safe. So make America healthy again. That, believe it or not, starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family today. Go to twc.health/voice. That's twc.health/voice today and order right there and use our promo code VOICE to save 10%. That's twc.health/voice and save 10% when you use VOICE as the promo code. And of course, as long as you're going to be alive and be healthy, you might as well take care of yourself economically as well. Have you seen the news from economics and economists across the country forecasting a depression? Not a recession, but a depression by year 2030. We're in a perfect storm as Social Security and Medicare hit the breaking point with the largest generational shift hitting retirement. A smaller workforce means a smaller tax base, too. Pair that with our growing national debt and rising cost of living, and we've got a big problem on the horizon. So what do? Protect your family for the future. Gold is a safe haven to have in hard economic times, and Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold is going to help you transition your existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. Protect your future. Protect yourself today. Text America to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold and a copy of The Ultimate Guide to Gold in the Trump Era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. himself. There's no obligation, only free information. Go to Birch Gold and remember to text America to 989898. That's America to 989898 today. Birch Gold, see what they can do for you. Speaking of things that we can do for you, how about we kick it over to Slick Rick and do some sports?
Yep.
And get a quick highlight and see what's going on the scoreboard. Slick Rick, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Take it away, my friend.
Okay, Rick, here we go. NCAA Men's Division I basketball, just 2 games in action. One wrapped up just a few minutes ago. Villanova with a little bit of an upset over number 16 Marquette. 81-66 is the final. Michigan State and Michigan, 54-49. Good game there. 11:32 to go in the second half. NBA action right now. Another good game. Grizzly and Magic tied at 104. 45 seconds to go there in the fourth. Bucks lead the Wizards 104-101. 5 seconds to go in the fourth. 6 minutes to go in the fourth. We have the Heat over the Raptors 94-90. Spurs lead the Pistons 58-50, and that's with Victor Wembanyama being shut down for the season. 2:52 to go there in the second. And with 3 to go in the second, Mavs over the Pelicans 46-44. In Cleveland, the Knicks got clobbered 142-105. And Jalen Brunson actually did play tonight, scored 26, but they got smoked. Cavaliers looking good. Donovan Mitchell there with 27 to lead the Cavs, and all scorers for that matter. Timberwolves taking on the Rockets at 9:30, and the Thunder and Jazz 9:30 tip as well. Warriors and Kings, they tip at 10 out in Sacramento. And NHL action, they starts up again tomorrow, 12:30. The Wild are in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. And I have 2 more stories coming up. Things are getting hairy down at spring training with the Yankees, Rick. I'll get into that story, as well as a New York Jet was robbed at gunpoint. So we'll talk about that as well. And I'm sure it wasn't for tickets. And that's a wrap in sports. Back to you, Rick.
Yeah, definitely. And I heard about that Yankees thing. That's a huge thing. You know?
Yes, that is that's a huge deal.
Yeah, definitely. We'll cover that next
Close shave. Yep.
Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Of course, you can catch him all over the place, all over the web. What's your home base for everything KDJ?
You know what? If you're looking for me, folks, I have a website. It's under reconstruction now. It'll be down for another week or two. Just go to Facebook. Go to Twitter. That's the one you want, actually, at KDJ Radio Show. Follow me there, and all my gigs will be there. I've got gigs popping as of March, comedy gigs, and I'll let you know about all the new articles coming out on PJ Media. I've got a couple out today. Strongly urge you guys, get KDJ Clown of the Week Award. I do that every Friday.
Oh, really?
I like that one. Could we qualify for that?
Yeah. You know, can I just say something, boys? This really steams my clams. I already hate Fauci. Fauci, I'm a keep him out. Hate the man.
Yeah, it's true.
Turns out, and this has been confirmed by House Oversight Committee James Comer of Kentucky, it looks like Fauci diverted $241 million to be used to give transgender surgeries to mice, rats, and monkeys. They're chopping them up. They're making boys into girls and girls into boys. And then, as if that isn't sick enough, they're testing various vaccines on the new transgender monkeys to see how transgender monkeys and rodents react to various vaccines. Now, here's the fun part. We don't know what vaccines there are, but we do know that the FDA and everyone else, they make vaccine, or not the FDA, let's say Pfizer, they make a vaccine, and then they just sort of wait for it to get approved by the FDA, which they know it will because the people at the FDA want to come and work for Pfizer. So what I want to know is, why are they testing vaccines, which ones we don't know, on monkeys that they just turned boys into girls? Well, it's because they're going to do it to us. That's why they practice on the monkeys and the rats first, to see what happens before they do it to people. Now, we know the left is pushing the transgender nonsense. I think it's to reduce the population. What do I know? I'm just a loudmouth on the radio. But I'm telling you, folks, there's a real stink badger in the perfume aisle here, because I want to know why they're testing this. They're testing it because they're going to do it on people next. But $241 million. Sorry, North Carolina, sleep in a tent. We've got to cut off some monkey wieners for science.
Now, in terms of, because I've heard about some of this stuff that they've been doing, and we've seen some of that kind of get exposed, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, what do you mean they're testing vaccines? You mean for things that for maybe a virus or a pandemic that hasn't happened yet? Is
exactly where I'm going with that, Mr. Delgado.
Because I would think that the vaccines that you already have are to answer something that we already know exists.
Yes.
What you're saying, what it sounds like to me is that they're testing new vaccines.
Yep.
On maybe things that we don't know yet. They're not ready for us to know exists.
And let's remember that a man from Pfizer admitted on video when James O'Keefe was at Project Veritas, he said, not only are we making the new vaccine, we're making the new thread of virus that's coming out so we can have the vaccine ready to go.
Oh, nice.
And then they have the one after that and after that. So, thank God Pfizer's got all these vaccines. How do they know which strain was coming out? Well, because they invented them.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? We had Dr. Peter McCullough on from the Wellness Company yesterday, and he was talking about one of the first things he wants RFK Jr. to do is go after the immunity that these pharmaceutical companies have from prosecution over these damaging vaccines.
Yeah. Yes, remember Pfizer wanted 75 years to release their work.
Yeah.
You know, when we're all dead.
Exactly.
Right. When everybody's dead.
Right.
Sick.
From the vaccine.
Sick
Just
indeed.
amazing.
And you know what? Do we got a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you're going to hate this. So, folks, I did not get a vaccine. I am an unvaccinated. Yeah.
Man.
Check this out. I had the worst flu of my life, and I thought, they must have made this. This is way worse than COVID. Now, I'm just going to go out on the ledge here because Dee's not here. We can do it. Yeah, Team Chemtrails. No, here's what I think. Well, here's what I know. 2019-2020 flu season, 22,000 flu deaths. 2021-22, when everyone had COVID, 6,300. Guess how many we've had this year already, boys? Somewhere between 16,000 and 79,000. They don't know.
Wow.
And the flu season isn't over yet.
Big difference.
Now, is it possible that clot shot people got, is it going to rearrange their DNA so they can't fight off a worse virus like the one that's going around now? I'm just thinking out loud because how do you have up to 79,000 flu deaths this year alone?
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still February.
And I know that I think that was something also Damon brought up. He says it seems like this flu seems to be a little bit different that's going around.
Yeah.
And amazingly, I did see other people talking about this on other shows, saying, you know what? It seems like those that did partake in the COVID vaccine seem to have a lot more trouble fighting off these things.
Thank you. Yes.
And I think that we heard that way back a couple of years ago, Slick. I know you were here for it because we talked about it a lot.
Yeah, we avoided that vaccination like the plague.
Yeah, I'm a pure blood just like you, my friend. There was no way I was going to take it.
No way.
Okay. And actually,
thanks.
Look at this. Breaking today, sent by our good buddy in the booth there, Fran. Breaking today, right on this topic. From the New York Post, NewYorkPost.com has a story that we're talking about. COVID-like bat virus discovered by researchers in the same Chinese lab accused of leaking deadly 2020 outbreak. Here we go. Researchers at the Chinese lab accused of leaking COVID-19 have now discovered a new coronavirus in bats that closely matches the ones that led to the deadly worldwide outbreak in 2020. The virus was unearthed at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Of course, that's where it almost sounds like a place where they make these things. Mm-hmm. Carries a risk of animal to human transmission through the infection not yet identified in a living person, according to a study. The bat virus referred to as HIKU, I think it's HIKU, or HKUS. HKU5, actually, CoV-2, uses the same human receptors as the SARS-CoV-2 strain of the coronavirus that caused COVID-19. So there you have it. Just a little bit more to make you go, what is going on there? It just makes you all wonder what the heck, what else don't we know about? When it comes down to all this stuff. And it leads me to this. Where's this clip that I was looking for? We were just talking about this here. When you talk about things that are out there and health and such, makes me think of this clip, cut number 11. Here's Donald Trump today talking about autism and spraying. Check this out, cut number 11.
We have one stat that I quote, the autism stat, and you hear different numbers, but it's thousands. They say between 10 and 20,000. So if you go back 15 years ago, we had like nobody. It was 1 in 20,000. Now we have 1 in 34. Is that right? 34. So 34 or 36 kids have autism. And if you go back, I guess 18 years, that whenever that was done, it was 1 in 20,000. So we got from 20,000 to 34, 36. That's unbelievable. So there's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Here it comes.
We've done something wrong. There's something, you're going to figure it out. Maybe it's a spray that we spray all over the place that nobody else does. Other countries don't. The Pennsylvania Dutch, they don't do anything, and they're amazingly healthy.
Yeah, so there you have it. And you guys thought I was crazy.
You're so crazy. Tennessee outlawed chemtrails over the state.
Exactly.
That's almost one per classroom.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Back with the last set coming up.
I can't believe there's been up to 79,000 flu deaths. And you know what? I heard the same thing. People who got the shot, not doing well with it.
Yeah, it's like their immune systems are compromised.
So you didn't go to CPAC.
We went, PJ went a couple years ago, and it was great because they threw us some money for it so that, we didn't absorb all the costs. But they're not doing it anymore. And now it's
cost prohibitive.
You know what it is? No one wants to go to D.C. in the winter.
Yeah,
because where they have it, you're not near anything fun. It's February. It's the worst. This is the worst. Last year too, I almost went. I almost bought my own ticket, and it was just the coldest part of the year. And I was like, "What are you doing?"
Why have it in the summer when it's nice, right?
Yeah, springtime would be great. Or you know what? Like when I went, it was in Florida, and it couldn't have been better. Oh, did you hear about those Israeli kids? I knew this was coming.
Yeah, we covered that yesterday.
They were murdered? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a disgusting story.
And their mom, and they didn't give her mom back. You know why? They don't want the world knowing what they did to the mother. Even worse. Just animals, man. Animals. Ham Bondi. The Jeffrey Epstein list is sitting on my desk. Did you hear that?
No.
I'll do that if you want.
Dang.
There's so much for the bad guys to lose.
Yeah, I love it. You know what? Let's get to those cash clips here.
Okay.
And close out with some sports as well.
Can't believe another COVID bat virus. Jesus. Diddy's lawyer quit. He's got.
We have any more clips to get to?
I got a ton of clips.
Well, do some of them.
I'm going to. I'm going to do some of the cash clips. Because it's cash day, and we haven't done cash yet.
We didn't do any. We've got some cash. Cash is the man.
Oh, this is great. Cuomo loses bid to halt ethics probe into his $5 million COVID book deal.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
You know what? Cat Williams was right.
You know what?
All truth will be exposed.
Yeah. And if you had told me when that came out, I would have said, he has no idea what he saw. Everything he says has come true.
Yeah, everything he says is coming out.
Guy is unbelievable. It's like he's got a crystal ball.
You know what? I think he was invited or threatened to be part of the whole
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Man, the show has flown by. Last segment coming up right here. We'll do some sports with Slick Rick, and we'll go through, because it is Cash Day. I keep forgetting it's Cash Day. Cash Patel Day. We got a couple clips from Cash Patel talking today after being sworn in. Just a great day. He delivers some great stuff today, so we'll get to that in just a moment. But right now, let's do some sports with Mr. Slick Rick Amorati. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what do you got for us?
Okay, like I said, things are getting hairy in spring training for the Yankees down there in Tampa. Yankees changed long-standing facial hair policy in stunning move. Players will be permitted to have well-groomed beards. This is Ryan Canfield of Fox News. The New York Yankees are entering the 2025 season with a new look. They have altered their long-standing facial hair policy, allowing players to now have well-groomed beards. Yankees GM partner Hal Steinbrenner announced the change in a post to social media on Friday. In recent weeks, I've spoken to a large number of former and current Yankees spanning several eras to elicit their perspectives on our long-standing facial hair and grooming policy. I appreciate their earnest and varied feedback, Steinbrenner said in the statement. These most recent conversations are an extension of ongoing internal dialogue that dates back several years. Ultimately, the final decision rests with me. And after great consideration, we will be amending our expectations to allow players and uniform personnel to have well-groomed beards. You know, like those just for men beards.
Right, yeah.
Moving forward, it is the appropriate time to move beyond the familiar comfort of our former policy. The facial hair policy was established in the 1970s and became part of the team's manual for players going forward. All players, coaches, and male executives are forbidden to display any facial hair other than mustaches, except for religious reasons. And scalp hair may not be grown below the collar. The team manual read via MLB log. Long sideburns and mutton chops are not specifically banned. The Yankees acquired All-Star closer Devin Williams from the Milwaukee Bucks in the offseason. Oh, that's why. The Yankees' newest star initially showed up to spring training with his beard still intact before he had to shave it. But the Yankees have acquired numerous players that have had to trim their long hair or shave their beards upon joining the team. However, ace pitcher Garrett Cole had long hair and a beard with the Houston Astros, but he shaved upon signing with the Yankees to adhere to the policy. Well, the Yankees are probably getting with the times now, and they're going to let them grow out a little bit. You know,
a little bit. Yeah,
it's
got to be. You got to be. I don't want to see ZZ Top up at bat. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I mean, you know, keep it neat, keep it good. You know, but I remember in the 70s, I remember, you know, Catfish Hunter with the big mustache, Goose Gossage with the big mustache, Sparky Lyle.
Catfish had it was like a 70s porn thing.
Yeah,
it was great.
Catfish Hunter did look like a 70s porn star.
So they did have that for a while, but again, you know, 50 years only takes it back to around 1980.
Yeah.
So
wow,
amazing.
Jeez.
Yeah. 1985.
Oh my God.
And sticking in New York here, the New York Jets player robbed at gunpoint in New Jersey after being targeted and followed by suspects. Several professional athletes have recently fallen victim to a series of thefts and home burglaries. Paulina Dadaj of Fox News, a New York Jets player was robbed at gunpoint in New Jersey over the weekend after police say he and another person were targeted following a trip to Manhattan, according to a report. The Morristown Department of Public Safety released a statement this week confirming that two individuals were robbed at gunpoint in the Windmill Pond section of Huntington Saturday at around 8 p.m. A witness reported seeing a group of unidentified males exit a dark-colored SUV and rob two individuals in a second vehicle at gunpoint. The suspects allegedly took money and personal items before fleeing the scene, the statement read. No one was injured, but police said they believe the victims were targeted and followed from Manhattan. Law enforcement said they believe it was an isolated incident. Authorities did not confirm the victim's identity, but a neighbor told NBC New York that one of the victims was a current NFL player for the New York Jets. They were probably out shopping for a quarterback.
Yeah, I'd want to hide my identity too if I played for the
Jets. Exactly. It wasn't like they held them up for tickets or anything, right? Who the hell would want to go to their game? I think they're giving tickets away at charity.
Exactly.
They didn't rob him of his dignity. He already lost that on the field.
All right, Rick. Well, that's a wrap in sports. Back to you.
All right.
The heir apparent of the Yankees.
Sorry about that, Aaron. Anyhow.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Buffalo Bills.
There's always 2028. Anyhow. All right. So
for another upset.
Again, it's Cash Patel Day. Let's finish out with some cash from earlier today. Here he is on being sworn in.
Cash money.
As FBI director. Here's cut number 6. You can check it out for yourself as he opens his statement. Cut 6.
First and foremost, we were just with President Trump. And I just want to thank him. I know he's not here in the room right now, but what a ride we have been on. What a courageous warrior and leader he has been. And the faith and trust he has put in me to lead the FBI is the greatest honor that I'll ever have in my life. And to General Bondi, that sounds pretty freaking cool. Pam, you're my sister, you're my mentor, you're my friend, you're my boss, and the confidence you have placed in me, I will never violate that trust. The men and women of the FBI will be led under your leadership through one standard, the Constitution. So thank you for entrusting me, Pam. Oh man, this is effing crazy.
That's the FBI director.
That's your FBI director.
Yeah.
Kash Patel. Here he is, cut number 7. Here he is talking about basically living the American dream. I mean, for a kid like this, cut number 7.
So obviously you don't get here alone. You know, I'm here because of God. I'm here because of my family, and I'm here because of my friends. And you're literally in this room because you made it happen. My sister, Nisha, and my nephew, Aryan, flew in from London just to be here. My beautiful girlfriend, Alexis, is here. Yes, I agree. My aunts and uncles are here. They've come from all over the country. I am living the American dream. And anyone that thinks the American dream is dead, just look right here. You're talking to a first-generation Indian kid who's about to lead the law enforcement community, the greatest nation on God's green earth. That can't happen anywhere else.
Kid from Long Island. Unbelievable. Right from Long Island here.
Kid from Long Island, kid.
Yep.
He done good, as they say.
Yeah. He's a big Islander fan, Kash Patel, by the way.
And finally, here's cut number 8. Here he is again with a message for everybody, including the media. Kash Patel.
I promise you the following. There will be accountability within the FBI and outside of the FBI. And we will do it through rigorous constitutional oversight starting this weekend.
Yeah.
He's not messing around.
This is great. We all used to live in the same freaking house. I don't have any prepared remarks. I wish I could go around the room and, tell a story about how each and every one of you have magically touched my life to put me in this position. What a roller coaster ride it has been. I do know this. We are in this room together because you guys have a love of country that is truly inspirational, and it bleeds out everywhere we go. And if you look around this room, you see civil servants, you see warriors, you see attorneys, you see great husbands and fathers and mothers and wives. And we're fighting for the same thing, our future, our children, this guy. And there is no greater mission. I wish I had more words to thank every single one of you, but every time I look at every single one of you, you guys know the stories you can't tell. More importantly, the ones you can. I'm just not here without you guys. And look, I know the media's in here, and if you have a target, that target's right here. It's not the men and women at the FBI. You've written everything you possibly can about me that's fake, malicious, slanderous, and defamatory. Keep it coming, bring it on. But leave the men and women of the FBI out of it. They deserve better. And for those of you who think that there's going to be a two-tier system of justice, not with Attorney General Bondi. There's a singular system of justice for all Americans, and there will be accountability.
Yeah, and there you have it.
Wow. Close.
He sent 1,500 agents home today, 500 to Huntsville, Alabama, which is the football equivalent of being traded to the Jets. So
there you go.
500 down. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching. As always, we salute you, military, active and retired, or first responders up and down the board, EMT, firefighters, police, everybody working the Border Patrol, ICE. Stay safe. Do your jobs, and we'll support you. Everybody on the front lines, we thank you for what you guys do. Everyone at home, everybody in the chats, thank you so much. Of course, Aaron and Fran in the booth, Slick Rick, Kevin Downey Jr., and of course to Big D as well. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on Monday. Enjoy your great weekend. Until then, peace.